Every trek has its beauty points, it has its highlights, and it has its minor imperfections. But when you're on the Buran Ghati trek, it's really hard to spot these imperfections in the trek. It's as though somebody has put all the perfect parts that you want in a trek, put them together, and stitched and made one perfect trek.
This whole trek, I mean, each part of it is something very special. Every day it's a bomb. You go there, every day you see something different, and I think that's what makes Buran Ghati something very special.
The Buran Ghati trek doesn't have not a single moment where you can take your eyes off.
Something I really love is explorations, and going on this Buran Ghati exploration was really amazing. I got that same feeling of excitement of not knowing where exactly we're going and what we're going to see and what to expect.
Much before India Hike started, I had an intention of exploring Buran Ghati. At that time, we didn't call it Buran Ghati. We used to call it the Barua Pass.
Before you reach Janglik, you drive along this Pabbar river and the beautiful coniferous forests on either side, and then you get to this Janglik, which is an ancient village, and the architecture itself is something that you've never seen before. And so that is where you start this trek.
Look out for the forest sections from the Janglik to Daira, the first day, the day one forest section. Absolutely smashing. Deep dark forest, you get these lovely clearings on the way. So it's one of the most delightful forest treks you will ever do. A perfect place to camp if you want one, then Daira Meadows will fulfill it.
That campsite, that's one of my favorite campsites of the trek. You have yellow flowers completely, it's laden with flowers, the whole campsite. So next morning, especially when you wake up, when you see that sunlight coming to the right of you and that yellow color, that's really a beautiful thing on that particular day.
It is a delight for the eyes.
After you cross Daira, you will think that the meadows are over and now you're hitting the alpine zone, but it doesn't stop. You have small sections of forest in between, and after that you get another meadow, then you get another meadow. So these meadows are kind of never ending on that day, especially when you walk from Daira to Litham.
And on the way you see these lakes on your right hand side and the mountain straight ahead in front of you.
And when you look behind, you have just walked through meadows and meadows.
Then you go ahead to Litham. So Litham again is a really beautiful campsite. Again you have excursion to Chandranahan Lake, and it's something very different. You just turn back a bit and you see this kind of a Kashmir feeling that you get. Then you come down back to Litham, you get one extra day where you get acclimatized.
Well, this is one of my favorite campsites on the trek. Okay, so the walk up to Dunda itself is a complete surprise package for you. You climb up and up and up, you keep going that steep ascent there, and suddenly you come onto a slight plateau kind of thing, and you suddenly see flowers all over, and there's a nice tree. You just stand there and look at the whole thing, take in the whole scene for like 5-10 minutes, and then go to the campsite. The walk up to the pass itself is something very different, and that you don't get on most of the treks. Usually when you go to the pass, you see a gradual descent onto the other side. But in Buran Ghati, you trek up there and you see down and you see a sudden, like a fall there, and it is almost 60-70 degrees steep, and you have to get down there, and that adds to the thrill of the trek at 15,000 feet when you have to do that.
And after we got down from the pass, there were about 6 slides, snow slides, which we did together as a team, and that was one of the major highlights of the trek for me.
The other side, when you get off the river campsite that we have, and Munirang, and then the Barua village, I think Barwa village is one of the big reasons why people must do this trek.
It's sort of got these alleyways that lead you down, further down to the village, and there are houses on either side, small houses.
And you have those root-bearing trees growing all around the Barwa village. It's a world in itself, the people also. They belong to this Kinnauр region. Again, they're all very famous for being beautiful people.
Much later after starting India, I think maybe 5-7 years later after starting, or maybe 8 years after starting India Hikes, is when I said, no, this is an unfinished business, let me just go and finish it. And then we explored Buran Ghati, and what a trek it turned out to be.
Buran Ghati is a delight.
As exciting how the trek is before the pass, I think it is equally exciting after the pass as well.
There are so many things every day put together. How will I pick one? Okay.